Hello everybody. Now my phone isn't the best, so I'm going to see how long I can get out of this, before I go to the computer and do it that way. I have to keep watching where I'm going because rough roads, railroad tracks, all that stuff. Anyway, I wanted to tell you that, talk to you about, people say they wanted more of the stalking videos. The gang stalking, group stalking, personal stalking, it's all the same to me. Videos, me talk about more of it because I'm I don't consider myself an expert. I'm really nobody, but I've had problems with it since the early to mid 90s, and as time goes by you kind of develop a lesson, learn a lesson. Well, I'll do it the next time, and do it better next time, and do it better next time, to the point where I got rough roads, to the point where you kind of get teaching tools on how to trap these people with, animal traps. I call them animal traps. Bear traps, raccoon traps, what do you call them? Monster traps. But I thought I would give you some of the things a few of the things, because there's quite a few of them that I've been able to do over the years, but some of the things I've been able to do to catch these people. And not only in my mind, but in, if you can't do anything legally about it, because there was a few times where I was told there wasn't anything legally I could do about it, because one, I wasn't physically hurt, and two, I didn't have anything stolen of value when they got into my house. So they're kind of tricky about getting around the laws and things like that. So I started setting my own traps in my own way, that way. And and today's a great day and age in a way, because you can record everything. You got phone cameras, digital cameras, hidden cameras, porch cameras. There's all kinds of things today that we didn't have back in the day. Everyone can record everything. Everyone can keep it's kind of a better trap than it used to be. Sorry about the wind. So I'm going to show you a few things I'm going to tell you a few things. I'm not going to show you. A few things that I've done to catch them in the traps. So I don't know if I want to give them all out, because they can watch YouTube and change their routine because of watching YouTube. So I'm just telling you a few things that I've done. One of them is, make sure you're ahead of the game. Make sure you're one step ahead of what they are, because all the time they're going to think that they're smarter, they're going to think that they're better, and they're going to think that they're more, or they're going to think that they're one step ahead of you. And that's not always necessarily true. So make sure that you're always one step ahead of them. And for example, if you think you're being followed, which if you feel in your heart, in your mind, in your soul that you're being followed, even if you're not, one thing to stop this or to help this is to get to a place that you normally wouldn't go to and wait for them. Sometimes like for example, let me get an example. One time I was with somebody and I didn't need gas, but I was on my way just driving around, whatever, and I told the person I was with, and I won't give names because I don't want to do that, but they'll remember it. But I told the person I was with that, watch, I'm going to stop in this gas station, I'm going to put the gas pump into my car, and right when I put my gas pump into my car, this person's going to drive by, because they've been following me. And I got out of the car, didn't need gas. As a matter of fact, I didn't even go inside and pay for it, that I remembered. I just pulled out the thing and put it in my car, and right when I put it in my car, they drove by. And I went to the window and I told him, I said, see, I told you they were following me. Even though I couldn't see them following me in my rearview mirror, you always know, you kind of suspect that they are following you. So witnesses is good. These days you got cameras you can use. If I had a camera back then, I would have used it. But that's one good way of doing it. If they follow you to a building, or even if it's a even if it's not a place they're going to, go to the building and go out the back door and come around and look at your vehicle and see them pull up behind you or around you and see if they're following you. Always remain to try to stay one step ahead of them when they're thinking they're one step ahead of you. And keep in mind that when they're looking ahead at you, they're not looking behind them. And while they're looking at you ahead of you, you can always be behind them watching them. I've managed to borrow people's cars when I knew they were following me, and seen them when I had other people's cars, because they didn't know what car I was driving. So always remain one step behind them, or behind them watching them, because they're always going to have their eyes ahead, but they're never going to look behind. Also as well, they think that they're all that, and you know, and you're weak and you can never top them or outdo them or catch them. So that's one good way to do it. If it's demonic, if it's anybody that's in the occult or witchcraft or things like that, now this seems a little bit off base and way off, but believe it or not, sometimes it's true. But if it seems like it's way off, I'm kind of distracted watching a car ahead of me. If it seems off base, but if you suspect that, or if you're having problems with that, the Bible, Scripture, and actually believing in it, don't just throw it for no reason. And I'm talking, don't just throw them across or anything like that. You actually have to have God in your life and believe in it. But you will be surprised how far they will run away, back off, or get angry, and actually come to the surface when you do that. As many times as I've accused this person of doing it, and they never said anything, they never said they did it or they didn't do it, they didn't agree to it or disagree with it, they just hid and never did anything. But the minute I use scripture or some kind of thing to ward off any witchcraft or anything they were doing, all of a sudden they came to the surface and started talking and got angry and got mad at me and started accusing me of stuff. Even though I knew that it would work, it was another trap to get them to come to the surface, and it worked like it always does. So that's one good way to do it, but you have to believe in it and you have to deny it. So that's number 2. You have to deny them by using it, and they will you'll see a difference, trust me. Video camera is good if you have it, or a phone is good. Setting up one in your house. Don't be so paranoid, because that's what they expect. Do not be fearful of these people, because that's what they expect. That's the tactic they use to get back at you, to make you wonder, to make you fearful, to always have you looking over your shoulder, to always have you watching your back. That's what they expect you to do. That's something that if it's feeding them, they're going to keep doing it, and this is the way that feeds them. The more they continue to do it, and the more you act the way you do, the more they're going to continue to do it, and they're going to have fun with it. So it's kind of like a thief. As long as you keep showing a thief your good stuff, they're going to keep coming around trying to steal it. So but if you show them crap, they won't come around so much. But yeah, always put in your mind that, you know, that you're not going to tolerate it, you're not going to put up with it, you're not afraid of it. Also, they will try to make you look crazy, so don't act like you're you know, evil, this and that, and when they go, oh, what are you talking about? And they laugh at you, it makes you look like you're the bad guy. So, and it always makes you look like you're the crazy one, which is what they try to do. The whole purpose of what they're doing is they're trying to make you look crazy. So don't fall for that. Because you know you're right, you know you're not in the wrong, and as long as that happens, don't fear what they are, because it fuels their fire, so to speak. But always collect evidence to everything you do, and especially in your own right mind, you know what you're doing. They're going to not be so attracted to you if you show your strength and show you're not afraid of them. And last thing for now, this is part one. I'm going to have more later. I know it's kind of short, but I am driving to pick somebody up. So, and last but not least, and one good thing that I done is fake an email, fake a text or fake an email. I caught them one time hacking into my emails, so I developed this other email, like I was having a conversation, and I'll talk more about that later. I was having a conversation with another person that wasn't real, and to prove that the person wasn't real, I used a character name in a movie that I know this person doesn't watch or never seen before. So I used the character's name in the movie, and it worked, because when I told this other fake person in the email, I was emailing back and forth, that I was going to be in such and such place at such and such time on a certain date, I actually saw them, not exactly them, but people they were related to, their family members show up at that place, and I was actually there waiting on them to show up so I could catch them in the act of actually stalking, and it worked. So they didn't realize that I was fooling them with the fake email, and I was actually going to have my eyes on them, because they were too stupid to realize I was doing that. Each time I had a plan of doing something, it worked. Sent a letter, there's a reason why I sent the letter, there's a reason why I sent emails, there's a reason why I said the things I said, there's a reason why I did the things I did. It was because I set up traps, and it worked each time. So but one big thing is, don't be afraid of these people. There's not anything they can do, because I'm sure you went to the police and police said there's nothing they can do unless they stole something physically worth money, or if they physically harmed you. And the same case goes for them. They know they can't touch you, and they know they can't steal anything from you, so use that as your advantage and use it against them when they come seeking you out. That realize that they can't touch you, and realize that they can't steal anything from you, and they can't really do anything except drive you crazy. So as long as they know that it's not going to work, and each time it doesn't work, it's going to make them more angry, it's going to make them come out to the surface a lot more. And it does work. The more you shake the tree, the more you get the leaves. So that's about it for now. So thanks everybody for listening or watching, and I'll have more later. I was going to do some stuff today, but I had no time and it was too far away. So I appreciate everybody watching the video, and until next time, see you later.
Hey everybody, don't forget to check out Reverse 96 FM on TuneIn, Streama, and now InternetRadio.com.